Greetings and salutations. This is Fragments of Memory, your friendly neighborhood armchair philosopher. I live in two different worlds. Or shall I say, I am walking in between two different worlds. I am the walker of worlds, if you will. And what I mean by that is this. I am in the good old St. Louis, Missouri. The STL, the 314, the land of the two rivers, the land of the highways and byways. Here I am in St. Louis. Don't believe me? Take a look. So that is St. Louis. There's the arch. There's the downtown area. There's all the tall buildings and skyscrapers, whatever you want to call it. So here I am in St. Louis, Missouri. So anyway, I begin to think about it. I'm living in two different worlds. I'm living in two different planes of existence. And they're right across the street from each other. Today I was walking out and I noticed there is a big XFL game. Now, if you don't know XFL, that was the brainchild of one Vince McMahon of the WWE, formerly WWF. You know, World Wrestling, the whole nine, The Rock, Stone Cold, CM Punk, Chris Jericho, Roman Reigns, you get the idea. And anyway, XFL tried their luck back in 2000, 2001, but it didn't do very well. But they're kind of back in the game, so to speak. I think they made a new deal. Anyway, I've seen an XFL game. Pretty good stuff. And I'm not even a sports guy, really. So anyway, I'm walking through and here's the downtown area with the high rises, the lofts, the nice little eateries, the conventions, the hotels, etc., etc. And then we have this part of St. Louis. Yeah, there's the city museum over there, but then there's all this kind of rundown area. Ooh, look. Channel 30 News, Channel 30, or Channel 30, ABC 30. Isn't that kind of neat? But anyway, here I am, and I noticed I'm seeing in one parking lot the tailgaters. They got their nice Jeeps and SUVs and cars, and they're watching the XFL games. And then I noticed right across the street the homeless community. Those that are homeless, those that are in need, right across the street. So, and I just see that a lot through the city of St. Louis, where you've got this really affluent setting, or you've got people that are of means, and then right next door, right down the block, you've got people sleeping on the sidewalks, sleeping in the crevices of buildings. I've even caught whiffs of urine and feces just by certain abandoned buildings. While we're enjoying all this prosperity, all this wonderful, good stuff, while we're having all this fun times, and I see it just a block right off each other. Some people from other states say when they come to St. Louis, when they come to St. Louis City, there's this difference where one of the differences is this. When someone comes from St. Louis City, or someone comes to St. Louis City from another city, what's the word I'm looking for? Like if you're in a really good part of town and then you kind of get to the bad part of town, it's sort of a gradual unfoldment where you'll go gradually from really good part of town to really bad part of town. But here in St. Louis, they're right up on each other. They're probably the two worlds I was speaking of, right up on each other. Some sort of parallel universe sort of situation. There's a parallel universe sort of situation. There's a... Think of it if you read comic books or science fiction or read fantasy stories. There's one world next door to the other one. There's one world on top of another one, or there's one world behind another one. And you see that often playing out right now. Like, I'm walking up on the tailgate right now. But first, I'm going to show you over here. It's kind of far, I understand. You see kind of the homeless with their bags, and they're congregating in a certain area. And then right across the way, you've got people that are well-to-do, doing their thing, you know, right with this XFL. I'm walking right by it right now. So you've got that going on right here in St. Louis, in America, in the land of opportunity. Sometimes I think St. Louis City is the microcosm of the macrocosm that is the United States of America. Extreme wealth, extreme poverty, or shall I say, we're getting to that point, it feels like, in this so-called land of opportunity. This land of, if you just work hard enough, if you just get the right education and you pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, everything will be good, right? Well, I'm not sure about that. It's always been said that we're always one missed paycheck away from poverty. You know, maybe that is the case. We're always one economic downturn or one thing. So how fragile is it? How fragile is our hold on civilization? How fragile is our hold on security and safety? That's just something I want you to kind of consider. And yeah, there's some people that made bad decisions and then ended up homeless, but then other times, just through no fault of their own, people end up homeless. And here we are just carrying on like this can't happen to any of us, man. So it's just something I reflect on. And you hear them, yep, you hear them. They are enjoying themselves today. And it is a beautiful day today here in the Midwest on February 29th in this leap year of 2020. Well, that's my 2 cents on it. What do you guys think? Well, let me know in the comments. Be easy like Sunday morning. Take care.